how's it going, folks? It's Linda Builder here. We are talking while I am lying on the bed, and it's been a while for me to think about this particular topic and, to have this sort of thinking of, um, like I hear a lot of marriages where, the wife is very dominant in the relationship or control in the aspect in the area. And I wanted to try to nail this topic, but I don't think I can. But however, I just have a bit of information to see what can we do with this sort of information. So there's a phrase, right? Happy wife is happy life. And many marriages will tell me it is really true. When I think about that, and I was like, huh? What do you mean? Happy wife is happy life? I'm asking myself this question and I'm like saying, um, what's so why is that? Like, okay, I understand, you gotta make the missus happy, this and that, or whatever, but it's actually a lot more than that. It's like control, listen to her demands and everything, the money, the housing, and commitments, and things like that. It's just a lot more further on. And the more I think about it, it's more like the relationship is more of the matriarchal instead of the patriarchal. And with of obviously in Australia it's more of the matriarchal, and no denial of that, and a lot of Western world as well. But also when I get to hear those who are from the
Street food, Vietnamese street food,
uh uh uh, uh,
rice paper mix,
uh,
very famous in Vietnam.
no, okay, she's just famous. Okay, um, when I think about it, and I start to say to myself, like, even all my coworkers are married and have kids, and I ask them, you know, they all like one of them's been telling me they're scared of their wife and fear of getting kicked out the house. But I love my kids to the death, and it basically makes me think of, oh, so you're on this marriage, and now you love your kids more than your baby mama, right? And the baby mama, and you're scared. You have to please her. You got to give her money. Now, I get to hear, like, and this is he's actually from Somalia or Ethiopia, right? Now, I can't say all, but generally, countries around there are known as, the wife runs the family, right? And fair enough, some cultures are different, but what really got me thinking is that I know those who are Islamic religion, culture, background, usually the men is usually runs the family. But I find it weird, overall when I'm talking about this topic, I find it really hard to believe the fact that the guys does not have much to say in a relationship compared when you have a woman in your life. For example, if you like a lot of men, even myself, I'm not even married. My missus scream my balls off right now if I say I want a brand new phone, I want to buy a drone, or I want to buy a brand new camera. Where her demand is that she wants a new iPhone 11, which doesn't justify much, honestly. And when I think about that, it just feels like, what is the meaning of living your entire life if you're all being controlled financially, emotionally, and your freedom? We live like, I'm only speaking in the Western world, like where we have one in two, one in two marriage are divorced, and most of them are being controlled. Your freedom, everything. And once you get divorced, they are gonna get half your shit or more. Alright. But why are we still banging on this so called financial restriction, and when your money is going towards that person, and you don't have the freedom to buy whatever what you want, and scared to bring the new clothes or new shoes back home where she's gonna scream at you. And I spoke to another co-worker as well, and he's from Nigerian background. It's a very patriarchal, and he's been telling me like, our culture's been known to be cheating. We're not good, we do things in our own way. We wanted to enjoy life. Now, um, where my hometown is in China it's the most patriarchal in China. And us guys, when we grow up, and I'm not saying in China, just here, we always talk big, do this, and most of us when we go in a relationship, we are so soft. We do everything for the missus. But what I'm trying to make on this entire video is that no matter how much you please a happy wife and happy life, there's always a divorce outcome. There's a good high chances, even you try to please them. So I don't quite, you live your entire life based on their control. Or I'm not here to say I want to control everything. That's not the part of the video. What I'm trying to say is that this is my financial freedom. I do whatever I want as long as I pay the bills, the mortgage, the kids' tuitions, or whatever on time, right? But the amount of people that I've been hearing is just really scary. Like, they get in a relationship, they get married, and they get financially bugged up. They put all their money egg basket into the joint account. And, this me and the Nigerian guy, we're saying like, what, that's just stupid. We should have our own personal account. We're gonna have some money in our bank account, have a bit of freedom to do whatever we want, because you only live 40 years old once your lifetime, 30 years once your lifetime, 35 once your lifetime, 50 years once your lifetime. And that's the way how it is. I'm not saying, spend all your money all out. Obviously, you gotta spend your money and conservative in the right way, because you're working hard. That money that you go to work, that's blood and sweat, man. This is not just like you win the lotto. It's not like that. This is blood and sweat money, and all that blood and sweat money goes to your missus, and God knows what's gonna happen, especially in the Western world. Like, anything will happen. She would have cheated behind your back. She would have found plan B boyfriend or plan B husband around the corner. It's hard. It's really hard to think about it that way. And the more I think about this happy wife and happy life, it just does not really. This is how we human evolved into. Like, I understand like how cultures in the past has transitioned from patriarchy or matriarchy in that sort of society. Right now we try to do 50-50. I'm not here to try to say 50-50. I'm trying to see it to say at least meet what's demands and things like that. And be honest with you guys, try to pay off the mortgage 30 years or 20 years or 10 years. It's a very serious prison lockdown, mate. It's not fun at all. But what I'm trying to say, try to reward yourself, like even if you're on that little boat on selling it, or or you do it for your kids, at least you have a financial. But the whole happy wife, happy life, even my mate, like, I have to pick him up and drop him to back home. He has 4 kids. He's probably like 5 or 6 years older than me, and he's been telling me, I'm not gonna spend any more money. This money goes all to my missus. And I'm just there, I'm like, man, like, I understand she's a homemaker and she bears your child, right? She looks after your child. I'm not saying she's a free labor, but what I'm trying to say is that there's only one breadwinner in the household. Yes, I understand there's 4 kids, but 4 kids, once it gets to be older, is your missus really going to go out and go get a job? And I see a lot of those are not getting a job, So you got that problem as well. There's never been good or bad. But cultures like, my hometown and my mate's Nigeria, and I just watched a video of Japanese culture. Like, you know, if the man making a very, you know, more money than woman, it's easy for a patriarchal system. It's lots of cheating, or, you know, like this sort of sexual favors services around the corner for men. And when the man gets caught by the missus, you know, the society favor more of the men. It's not cheating, you know. But in today's world, on the Western world, that is bloody cheating. Dump his ass, go into, you know, divorce paper, and that's it. I'm not saying what's good or what's bad here. I'm just saying, like, man, there's no freedom. The more I think about it, the more I hear about it. So, yeah.